Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Warhammer 40k Boltgun, which is a retro-modern first-person shooter, where you're running around blasting. You know, I'm not actually sure what you're fighting in this one. But, I mean, you're a space marine shooting things with a bolt gun, and presumably a bunch of other different weapons. It's been on my to-do list for forever. I meant to cover the demo, meant to cover the launch, meant to cover some of the updates, and now that the Skulls Festival is going on, I figured I'd finally give it a shot. I'm going to try and go through a bunch of Warhammer games while I'm kind of in a lull for new stuff. And also, you know, I've gotten kind of into Warhammer, independently of the Skulls Festival and everything. I actually have a bunch of sets that I'm trying to assemble. I'll do a video on that at some point. But you may also be thinking, Wonder, did you draw a whole, like, PNG tuber skin just for this game? And the answer is yes. Yes, I did.
Nothing, once touched by the hand of chaos, remains untainted. You are under the dominion of the Ordo Malleus to assist my investigations into a world that has already felt that fell's influence. Gaia has been under the close watch of the Inquisition since the Grim Skull War. The Forge world remains largely secure, but we have picked up concerning energy readings in the surrounding system. I have my suspicions, although we have not had sufficient time to pinpoint the origin of these foul energies. While most of the planet remains unaffected, it is my belief that rogue elements within the Adeptus Mechanicus may have been experimenting with a surviving fragment of Inquisitor Drogon's power source. Your mission is to assist me in locating a fragment of the power source. While I consider this threat extremely serious, your superiors have seen fit to second only a handful of you to my supervision. In the absence of a larger force, we should pray to the Emperor that this does not develop into a more dire situation. This servo skull will guide you. In Commodus here is one of the few sanctified and preserved from the purging of Drogon's heretical archives. Together, you will search sites where communication has become sporadic. Should you encounter any opposition, you may assume they have been tainted by the ruinous powers. Suffer not the heretic to live. While I continue my investigations aboard the Crown, you will be deployed to a habitation zone we lost contact with several cycles ago. You should assume the situation to be extremely hostile. Beware, we do not know how far the taint of the arch-enemy spreads.
Yeah, that looks like a heresy. Alright, now entering off target. Your deployment to Gaia didn't go quite as planned. No matter. Secure armament, bolster your faith, and continue. Those heretics don't know what's coming to them. Aspiring champions must take an offering to resurrect. Avoid their damage to deny their ascension. Alright, so first and foremost, landing zone incorrect. Cogitating. Conclusion crash. Suggest location of nearest Imperial structure. Alright, so I'm going to very quickly move my PNG tuber. I'm just going to move it down. This is going to be covering, you know what, I'm just gonna cover this so it doesn't bother people. Which I recognize is like kind of the exact opposite of how this usually goes. I'm not supposed to cover UI, but it's my shift menu and how many grenades I have. I think y'all can be fine without that. Alright, so we've got a servitor there. Am I the only survivor, or were these guys already here? No, these guys definitely came down with me. That's the same outfit, so I guess I'm just the only survivor. Life signs critical. Extensive injury detected. My health is 100%. Okay. Oh, I see. 100% is not the end. Okay, we should probably not be there. Chainsword. Application required. Press V. Alright. Well, that works. So who am I fighting? I guess if it's heresy, it's got to be chaos of some kind. Vertical movement necessary. Jump with space. But what about back here? Are there secrets I should be looking for? I have no idea. This is one of those games that could go kind of either way. Okay, so it wants me to just jump over this. Fine. Dude, what else we got in the area? It's like big med pack down here. I guess, yeah, what is the maximum health? Oh. Okay, maximum health is assuredly... Well, yeah, it says health full. I wonder if how much higher you can go above max. Alright, one way or another. Let's see, anything here? No. Door operated by switch, approach, press E. I'm a little disappointed I can't just go up and press, I don't have to press E. I wish I could just chainsword it. Something I really liked about Doom 2016 was just the Doom guy's extremely irreverent behavior when it came to pretty much anything. So it's like, interact with the button, punch it. Stuff like that felt very good. Okay, use of rapid charge. Ah. Well, I see. Kind of our dash. I don't know if I like the idea of it being F. I don't think I'm going to use that often. Okay. Yeah, the servo skull is just kind of yelling at me. At this point, I've started just ignoring him. Which is bad, because he is the tutorial, and you probably shouldn't fully ignore the tutorial. Flawless path calculated. Probability of error, moderate. Boltgun. A holy relic bolter, the Emperor provides. Oh, we also get a bunch of ammo. I should probably snag that. And there's an area behind. Do I just hop down? I don't know, let's find out if we actually have fall damage or not. We don't if I'm chainswording a dude. Okay, strength of weapon should be appropriate, toughness, and maximum what? At all times, strength of weapon should be appropriate to toughness of target for maximum effective. I'm confused. But that's okay. Well, this is a very Gibby game. What does this even look like in Germany? Probably nothing, is my assumption. Okay, that's a bit better. Sensitivity on this was a bit punchy. There we go. I don't know what this plays like on harder difficulties. I'm assuming it is actually, like, legitimately tougher. Some part of me kind of prefers easier difficulties with shooters because it actually makes you feel like a superhero, as opposed to, you know, guy who can die really fast up against a bunch of meat sponge enemies. It varies on the game, though. Easiest example I can think of is, like, Halo. Halo feels bad on higher difficulties. I'm sure other people are fine with it, but for me it just doesn't feel very fun. Whereas... what's the name of it? Metro 2033 on a high difficulty feels pristine. Specifically, if you've never played it, it makes it so that both you and, oh, there's secrets. I'm not going to be finding most of them. Really going to bump my mouse sensitivity up and then bump it down in the game. Okay. V, using your chainsword to ref it. Cuts heretics to ribbons. Okay. Trail through the mountains leads to a habitation zone. Planetary defense batteries align the route. As do heretics. Find a way into the hab zone. Purge any resistance. I'm gonna just very quickly... is it just gameplay? Crosshair scale, controls. Okay, mouse look sensitivity. We're just gonna bump that down to, like, something like that. There we go. It's still pretty swingy, but at least I can aim. Local weapon batteries inactive. Conclusion acquired by heretics. Purge emplacements en route. Yeah, so there are secrets, so there are reasons for me to potentially explore. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to find them. Oh, right, that's the other thing I want to do. Gamepad controls. Customize. Fire melee. Oh, right mouse button. Why was it telling me about V then? Alright, whatever. Did that even... Oh, it does not like that button. Well, am I using control for anything? I was trying to use one of the side buttons on my mouse, and it does not like that. Tab, G, and yeah, for whatever reason, control is just not... Not one of the selected options. I'd much rather control. Well, that was a little unfortunate. Okay, doesn't seem like there's anything else. Alright, onwards, and that's not the correct way. Where? Huh. Oh, up. Okay, a little bit of armor, go from here. What was I talking about? I don't know. Halo feels bad on high difficulties just because everything is super tanky. And it just feels weird. Metro feels good on Ranger difficulty. Maybe not the harder difficulty. Because you die fast, but so do your enemies, so it makes everything extremely high stakes in a really, like, satisfying way. I'm hearing things. Okay, you can absolutely blast a barrel. There we go. No armor or health back there. Who is shooting at me? Oh, down there. Anybody else here? I love the movement on this. It's got just enough of a, like, crunch as you move that it really does feel like you are running around in giant clunky armor. Oh, there we go. Now, I should probably be doing more than just using the chainsword, but it is very satisfying. And honestly, I think you could actually say that about a lot of the parts of this game. That is just going to be... This looks special, but it's not. Yeah, nothing. Oh. Worth a shot, quite literally. And that's just Gibbs. Finding secrets is a pain in the ass. I don't think I'm going to do it. I think we're just here to play the game, have fun, and if I really want to commit to finding secrets... I think I'm probably going to look up a guide and play through this on my own or something. Hey, look at all these grenades that I'm being offered. Oops. Oh well, it's fine. And so I get that Space Marines, Warhammer is supposed to be like brutal and grisly and everybody dies fast, even Space Marines. But like some part of it is just like, I don't know. I'm going to be running around in who knows how many tons of armor. Actually, plenty of people probably know that factoid, and will probably chime in over the course of this video. Scanning meat, status, tainted. Why would you scan the meat? What is up with you? You're a skull, why will you care? Ooh, that's a nice little indicator. Another key, more ammo, more ammo. Go from there. I don't think I need to worry too much about ammo at the moment. I'm getting a lot of shotgun ammo, but I do not have a shotgun yet. Ooh. You know, you don't hear about a whole lot of Warhammer shotguns, to be entirely honest. Let's just give them a little gift up there. Make it work. What else do we have? There's this whole area. Oh, hi. Did that kill him? You dumb bugger. Maybe I am playing on too low of a difficulty. It's hard to tell. And open the door, Chaos Space Marine yells at you. Chuck a grenade. Leave. I think he's dead. Hard to tell. Yeah, I'm assuming that's him quite dead there. Well, now what? Now where am I going? I suppose over there. Nice to see that they are still susceptible to being chain-sorted. Is that guy turned around on purpose? Hard to tell. I also like the fact that Boltor being a explosive weapon, technically, it means I don't have to be the most accurate against, like, basic meat sack enemies. That I just have to kind of shoot in their general vicinity and they explode. Feels good. Ready to go back to my thing about getting into Warhammer lately, since, I don't know, it might be news to some folks. It probably isn't at this point. I've been yammering about it a bunch. Location inaccessible. Oh, nope, that is actually, you know what? Whoops, let's not be there. Whoever I'm playing as is clearly kind of hyper elite. I would assume that Chaos Space Marines are probably roughly in the same general echelon as a regular Space Marine, and yet I'm mowing through them just as much. Why were these guys here? What was the deal with this? I don't know, but we get a Laurel Secret discovered. 219 contempt. What? Doesn't matter, don't know. Oh, and we do actually have clunky noises as we move. Oh, that feels good. But yeah, so Shell and I have been... We've been, I mean, getting into board games for ages, for the last couple of years, just because we needed something to do together that wasn't video games, just because video games are... You know, when you play video games for a living, it's a lot less fun to play video games for fun. That is gonna sound kind of weird to some people, but like... The whole adage of, I know there's a Chaos Space Marine. I know there's a lot of Chaos Space Marines, but here's the thing. Have you ever seen... Oh, my god. Alright. Whoop! We're safe. I can teleport. Have you ever seen a Space Marine bunny hopping through an enemy facility doing... weirdly well. I don't know, I must have had a booster going. That's why the music's gotten all weird. That's kind of unfortunate, actually. If you get a booster, it feels like the music should really kick in, not get muffled. Oh well, it's fine. It is nice to see that bunny hopping as a Space Marine is an effective strategy. There we go. Let's see. Apparently that counted as a secret? News to me. Let's see, is there anything else I want to grab here? Nah. But yeah, so getting into board games and kind of as part of it, it's almost inescapable after a certain point to look into Warhammer. You know, just, hey, it's a legendary board game series. Yes, it's a board game that's been going on for forever? Oh, wait, what was that? I think I fired one of the guns? Huh. Well, I can use this to get out in. See what this gets me. Oh, health and contempt. Might as well snag grenades and everything else in the immediate area. It's like, I think I came from there. Where am I going? This is slight chaos. Well, that worked. So where is this? Where am I? I swear some of these guys are killing themselves for me. But yeah, so we had walked into a local board game store and they had Age of Sigmar Scaventide. We picked that up. And let me tell you, nothing gets you into Warhammer like realizing, oh shoot, this is sick. So we'd actually picked up Warcry and Underworlds as well and started playing those. And I think I actually like Underworlds the most, which is going to sound like weird heresy to anybody that has never played AOS. I don't know, the closest I could compare it to would be like Kill Team, maybe, if you even know. But I'd actually pulled like a number of people on my Discord who admitted that they've actually never played any Warhammer, that it's all just memes or video games. Which is neat. It's kind of interesting seeing how much this this franchise has kind of, I don't want to say spread out exactly. How much different, hello. Found a machine spirit in here. Door found. What? Did you? Where are you? Okay, we also have this upper section. Oh, I might be able to get to that, actually. Oh, looks like the machine spirit has actually affected me somehow. I've got like an aura going on. Okay. Yep, this is a thing. Munitions boon, lock and load. Are we just extra beefed out? Or no, it looks like it's over. Kind of a shame. I like when secrets actually get you something that lasts. God, I love how large these guns are. And the bullets and everything. Let's see. So what was I gonna say? I don't know, just getting into Warhammer. But, as I'll show in... I think I might actually do like an independent video on this or something. Let's see, are there any explosive barrels? There are. I'm really bad at hitting them though. I'm good at aiming at people, but all the other jazz? Nah. Okay. Oh. Got a lot of unfriendlies from behind. Oh, they're up there. Cute. Yeah, that's not enough. A little bit more. Unfortunately, Space Marines are at least halfway resistant to Boltgun. Now, can I reach... Oh. I'm firing the gun, and I don't know why. Alright. Oh yeah, looks like I can get up here, no problem. So do they have anything cool? Health, yes. Anything else? No, just kind of like a little upper section. Slightly a shame. I've become spoiled. It is really nice seeing how far this dude can like jump, run and jump, and like blitz around. A lot of my general assumption about Space Marines is that they kind of move like molasses, and I clearly need to actually play Space Marine. Back here, you plague to... Ooh, so that means we're actually going to be up against Nurgle, maybe. Unfortunately, Plague Toads are actually kind of beef tank. Okay, and I don't have any more grenades. That's fine. So are these just kind of, ooh. Kraken bolter. So the regular cultists just kind of non-specific, chaos minion cultists? Okay, there's an area up there. Looks like I'm gonna have to go the other way around. Or maybe here. Yeah. Okay, I'm actually digging these secrets. There we go. Most of them not super hard to get up to. I guess this doesn't even count. This is just ammunition. Oh, too far. Well, I exploded something or somebody. Ooh. Can I keep it? I don't know how much of this ammo I get to keep. But I want it. You think you can tongue me? You think you can give me, a Space Marine, the tug? I don't know. I don't know if Space Marines have... let's not go that far. Let's not open up the can of worms of, are Space Marines sexy? I don't think we need that, and I don't want to get demonetized on the dumbest possible topic. Okay, nope, there's somebody still here. Ooh. Who's still shooting at me? Yeah, we're full on that. Okay, nothing there. However, my secret senses are tingling. they were wrong. Probably shouldn't say tingling so soon after saying let's not ask the question of whether or not Space Marines are sexy. Because once again, I feel like this puts us in a very bad place. Because I think that immediately just switches us over to probably going down a very dark and Slaaneshi path. Okay, so we've got those things over there. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, I'm here? Vaguely. Alright, which one of you... No, that's fire. Which one of you is next to all of the explosive barrels? Let's get rid of that guy. I think I missed that one. Fine. I'll get on the level. It's just so much easier when you have the high ground. Yeah. I'm definitely seeing some guys that look kind of nurgly. Just approaching somebody and saying, you look kind of nerdly. I feel like the actually kind of rude. Unless you're into that sort of thing, at which point, I don't know. I do appreciate the bird poop ledges. They're silly. Oh, that does go places. Take him out before we go anywhere, though. I wonder if... Well, I guess I'll check the other direction. No, that is a very definitively do not go there. Got barricades and stuff here, so I don't think we're going in there. Oh, it's plasma gun ammo. Okay. Anything else? A little bit more grenades. Can I only hold 2 grenades? Is that... Oh, maybe that's it. Or no, maybe I only had 1 grenade to begin with. I'm gonna fling myself into a pit. Ow. Wasn't I just like hanging out in there? Or maybe it was on the opposite side, not sure. Landing on things is extremely satisfying in this game. Alright, and I found 5 out of 6 actually. That's not bad. Sector Imperialis. Streets are quiet, too quiet. The stench of heresy abounds. Looks like the local militarm's defenses didn't fare too well. Descend through the hab, purify as you go. Switch grenade types with G. Kinda disappointed that stray shot didn't just take the head off somebody. It would've just felt satisfying. Okay. Unfortunately, my servitor will remain largely unacknowledged. I was kinda hoping I could blow that up, but whatever. I never want to live in the Warhammer universe, but I really love the aesthetic for it. They did such a good job. Grimdark Gothic is... Oh, you can shoot that through that. Whatever. It's not worth my time. Okay, so we still haven't found this Sigma key here. We also haven't found any other weapons yet. I'm actually kind of surprised. I keep finding ammo for all the other guns, and we are, in fact, pretty gunless here. That's pink horror. Okay, so Siege. We're up against these things. I'm trying to work with it. Unfortunately, most of my lore knowledge for Warhammer boils down pretty heavily from AOS as opposed to 40k. Oh, look at that. That's really cool. They actually have the bottoms of the pillars being corrupted into kind of weird flesh nightmares. I love that. That's so cool. I wonder if we could actually convince Shell to play this. So the two of us are collecting sets. Currently, I've just got a bunch of Stormcasts, and she's got Sylvaneth. Order is kind of easy to pick into, but we want to at least somewhat delve into some of the other factions, too. I want to get, oop. Did not realize I was being followed. So we want to get into at least Death and maybe Chaos? I think Shell wants to get Troggoths, which are like the big goblin-y trolls. They're in destruction. And then chaos-wise, I got Skaven. And then Shell's probably gonna get Slanesh, which amuses me to no end. Just because of Slanesh. But yeah, it fits her color scheme. Oh right, I forgot the pink horrors turn into the blue horrors. So I gotta contend with that a little bit. I know these are Siege. Get back here. I know these are supposed to be some kind of like ammo booster, but it absolutely, like, approaching that box, it very much does look like the box just has fleas. Heard something make a noise. Maybe it's above me. We will see. But yeah, so we've been slowly doing, like, minor amounts of research on the different factions to figure out, like, yeah, which factions do we want to pick up? And then, of course, now Games Workshop has sent me a Kill Team box, so, maybe I'm gonna have to think about that as well. I don't think I'm gonna think too hard about it. For me, like, Space Marines are cool. And this is gonna probably maybe be a hot take for some people. I like the idea of them. I like the idea of you know, a lot of the Imperial factions. The problem is there's like 60 different flavors of them, and it's a problem. I think there's like 21, give or take. Something to that extent. Oops, did not mean to fall that far. Oh well. I just know I have another grenade literally right here, so I might as well snag it. But there's just too many Space Marines. And I get it, I understand completely why they're functionally just kind of the bread and butter of the game, and also just the lore has split so many times. Especially a Horus Heresy, you know, they all split into a shotgun. Yeah, it's a good shotgun. Horus Heresy, all of a sudden you have a bunch of sub-factions that are now doing whatever the hell else they want. Some good, some very not so good. And so, I think unfortunately as part of that, I bounce off of a lot of the Space Marine and Space Marine adjacent factions. Just because, I don't know. It's kind of hard to feel like I have an identity within one of those factions. I'm probably going to go Necrons or something. Which, I don't know. Ever since Mechanicus, the video game, that was like my first introduction into Warhammer, period. And yeah, getting into Mechanicus and like the Necrons were extremely cool. I like the Mechanicus as well, but every time I look at their sets, I actually get kind of frustrated. Because there's so many cool bits, and then there's a lot of really weird, dorky things that don't make a whole lot of sense to me. Okay, so we've got two areas. Probably take this opportunity to scratch my neck before I go charging into death. So we've got these guys here. This requires a... that iota? I forget. Yeah, I should have just started by throwing the grenade. I guess they don't actually look very nerdly. Excuse me, sir. Thank you. Back to the shotgun. Ooh. Another machine spirit. I think this is going to always be a consistent grump I have slightly with secrets in games. I guess I'm glad that it's a temp boost. Ow. That probably wasn't worth it, but whatever. Yeah, that does a good mulch. I like that. I don't think I can go further. Let's just leave him with a fun present. Took out the other guy too. I like it when secrets are kind of more permanent, like you get access to a weapon early. Or you even get an upgrade point. On the flip side, I guess that does... Oh, it's flamers. I recognize those guys. Let me switch back over to the Boltor for a bit. Shotgun is great in close range. Shame I can't shoot the magic. Let's just give them a present. Hey, I got him. I was not necessarily expecting a downtown shot to just take him. But, I don't know, maybe muscle memory for shooters. Where am I going? At least we can get back to that purple door no matter what. Because all of this is going to loop back. Is that anything? No. Let's just give them another goodie. Anything else around here? No, doesn't look like it. Oh. Now what happens with him? Does he split? He does split. I guess it makes sense for the chainsaw to split him regardless. I'm gonna maybe take the... or make the usual effort of shoot every explosive box in front of me. Just so I don't have to worry about it exploding when I'm next to it. They're still gonna explode next to it. Where was he? I have no idea. I'm trying to be thorough here, but it's not working too great. They give very good. I think that's something I really appreciate about old school, like retro, modern, old school, whatever shooters. There's just a visceralness that, oddly enough, is not replicated by realism. Like, Doom gets in there, but it's almost too goopy. And is not chunky enough. I don't know how to put it beyond that. There's something about stylization that ends up making realism feel strange. I think it's because I don't know in real life how these things would look. And it's somewhat tainted by movies and stuff, and so no matter what, it ends up feeling artificial. Whereas in this situation, I am, you know, fully just trying to kind of immerse myself in a more cartoony environment. And because of that, it feels more authentic, even if it's anything but. That's about the only explanation I can possibly come up with. None of that, you. Oh. That's rude of him. Oh, right. I forgot. I really should be using this charge move more often. Seeing as, you know, I have it. Now, is this back where I came from? Hard to say. Yeah, I like the idea of that charge. Just not doing a hot job of it. No, this is definitely the alternate path. Ow. Did I hit myself? I might have. Which is very funny. Am I back to my bolt gun? Yeah. Interesting. Hearing noises, but I'm not seeing foes. That's okay. We don't need to do much. Chaos Terminator, you say? But can you handle man with juiced gun? Nope. Hops in. Makes an impression. Dies anyway. Ooh, that's a bunch of armor. I don't see any more. Music for this is pretty on point, too. Oh, I see. I'm supposed to go this direction? That's one way to stun him. Ooh, no. Well, see, now we just have to commit to it. At least falling out of the world doesn't seem to actually have any lasting consequences for a Space Marine. He's just gonna bounce there until he finds a valid spot to land, I guess. Works for me, I suppose. Didn't kill him. Okay, anything else here? We've got another 100 armor. I'll take it. Anything else here. Yeah, this is freaking sick as far as like old school shooters go. I don't play as much as I'd like of this genre. It's one of those where like I really appreciate its existence, but I never spare the time for it, and I don't know why. I think it's mostly just I crave stories. I think I crave novelty, I guess is the easier way of putting it. I'm a sucker for new and interesting things. Older you get, I think, the more you kind of look for stuff that is a novel experience rather than something you've done before. Kind of. I definitely do crave pad thai, and I've had a lot of pad thai. Anywho. So my one problem is, despite the fact that this is like an incredible adaptation of the Warhammer formula, at least as far as I'm concerned, it is also just a game that I've played before in 7 different variations. You know, how many different old school shooters can you play before it's just another one? You know, sometimes you come across like new ones that really do interesting things, but a lot of them are just old school shooters, and that's about it. And maybe if they were fewer and farther between, I think it wouldn't really have as much of a negative. Ow. That boy managed to get a grenade off. Not anymore. So contempt is my armor. Gotcha. I was wondering what that was. I thought for a second it was like a difficulty scaling thing. I don't see anything else there. On the flip side, I guess old school shooters have the extremely nice added benefit of being short. Like, I like playing RPGs, but there is something about sinking hundreds of hours into an RPG that does get a little exhausting. Damn, that looks not great down there. I actually might be able to jump for it, but I don't think I want to. Oh, it's an elevator. I guess I'll take the elevator. Psych! Where does this put me? I don't know. There. Oh. I guess I would have gained or lost nothing by taking that path. Purge this site. Sure. Let me go up here first. Let's look around. Ooh. That looks like a thing. Look at all these goodies that they left for me. Who is shooting at me? Them guys are shooting at me. Okay. Yeah, part of it is if I run around kind of far away, then they have to follow me around places. Now... Absolutely did not expect to make that jump. Did it anyway because I figured I could. And I'm glad I did, because this is very satisfying. Can't see very well. But that's okay, I don't need to see very well. That's a hell of a lot of dudes. And they give so good. Okay, so that's a Chaos Terminator. That's probably the tougher guy that I yoked into non-existence earlier. He makes clunky bullet noises. Oh, he ain't dead yet? Let's fix that. There he goes. Purge finished. Excuse me, we're not done yet. A whole nother one of these guys. Actually, hold up. If he's the only one, he's just walking around. Does not care. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to get that plasma gun in the center, but shit was way too hot for me to go for that. I can probably make it. Whee! Didn't influence identified. Cogitating. Source of hab contamination. It's certainly a creepy pit. Don't eat it. Literally my first words to my mother. Don't eat it, mommy. For whatever reason, it's stuck with me. But it's also valid advice. Like, don't eat it. Don't eat the chaos. That is very much how you get a siege. Unless you're like really, really angling for that. Okay. That's a big med kit. We don't care about those. Got a door. Oops. Well, it's fine. Who cares? 5 out of 7. So far, all of the secrets have just been like random power-ups, so I hyper do not care. Now entering Silent Martyrs. The only available route is through the Habs Mausoleum. Tread carefully through the sacred bones. Who knows what spirits you might awaken. Well, now we're definitely getting a Nurgle. Those are Nurglings. I recognize those. They're gross. I know people like to meme about Nurgle being, like, actually nice to his followers, but, no thank. I don't think I'd want anything to do with those little suckers. Shell's actually considering, like, as far as potential chaos factions every once in a while, she's like, yeah, but maybe Nurgle, and it's like, ugh, please no. I just don't think I would want to fight them because I'd have to look at them. At least if it's like somebody else's, it's like, oh, show up, do a match. All right, that's good enough. Whereas if it's the two of us, oh boy, we're going to be seeing a lot of each other's boxes. Boxes, battle forces, squads. Tomato, many tomato. That's a messy room. Oh, right. I'm not using this thing. We should give it a shot. Ow. So it's got an AoE. You know, that actually would have been useful earlier. Oh, well. I'm not sure if I like it. At least definitely not against Nurglings. Okay, what else have we got around here? Damn, and I collected all of that armor. Oh, well. Like, Slaanesh, I can work with Slaanesh. Siege, kinda. I think Nurgle's like one of the only factions where I'd be like, actually uncomfortable having a box of Nurgle in our house apartment. Okay, so where the hell am I going? Well, Sigma door. Huzzah! All I have to do is just get slightly upset about my current trajectory. I do know that there's a navigation button that can just point the way, but I forgot what it was. Another shotgun, if you somehow happen to miss the prior one. I actually don't remember where I picked up the shotgun. My favorite strategy is to see a space marine, hand him a grenade from afar. Is he parrying me? He might have been parrying me. I didn't know they could do that. Either that or I was completely whiffing the chainsword. I'm really, truly not sure. Can I fire the gun that fires these bullets? I want it. Okay. Catacombs inaccessible. Route found. I think the one downside of this game is so freaking fast that you're not really in a position to appreciate it. Let's swap back to the Boltor. Large reason being shotgun's just a little slow for dealing with groups. Let's see, anything else around here? No, this is places I've been. There's a guy down here? Though we might have killed him. The whole place is actually deliciously labyrinthine. I'm really appreciating. Okay. I wonder if I'm gonna fight an unclean one here. They are goofy little dudes. I'll give them credit for that. But still do not want. Where are they? They're like directly below me. Damn, plague toads are tough. Then again, I guess that is kind of Nurgle's shtick. Is actually kind of tough. Hard to kill. Heals. Stuff like that. Because the Nurglings go down in, like, no time flat. I swear I'm hearing more critters. I was correct. Where's the frog? I don't... Where are we going? Like, I hear stuff. Okay. Seems like it's kind of quite quieting down. Let's check out the lower levels first. Because I kind of checked out the rest of these. Mostly trying to get my armor back because... did burn a lot of my armor there. Is this more? No. Every once in a while I hear something that sounds like one of the frogs hopping around. Let's see. In here. A lot of grenades, if only I could use them. Okay, well, barring anything else, I think we've seen the sum total. Let's get out of here. God, this guy moves at such a good speed. Let me guess, the town's infested again? Nope, actually seems kind of quiet. Weird. Oh, nope, definitely infested again. Okay, cool. I can just run over those guys. Yeah, big up on the Boltor. It, reloads so fast. Alright, looks like that's our exit. It takes almost no time to flip a new clip in. Alright. And we're back to the regular, non-Nurgly enemies, hopefully. Now, did that guy just warp into existence? Probably. Okay, what else do we have around here? I should probably go back and kill that guy. I'm just easily distracted right now. For that reason. There we go. Unfortunately, I'm getting, I know it's allergy season around here to some degree. I'm very susceptible to that. I'm feeling, like, progressively sneezier as we go along. Two can play at that game. Enjoy your grenade! Thanks for a grenade. Okay, anything here? I think I'm actually gonna have to listen to the soundtrack for this. I don't think it's quite Mechanicus tier, but it's up there. Okay, so we came from this direction? We came from a direction. Yeah, grab that stuff. Okay. Another plasma gun. Not using. Probably should use. Resting place of Imperial found. Descend to continue. First, I want to just get a bunch of armor if I can. I'm just going to try and remember to routinely run over them, the Nurglings. Unfortunately, it seems like you can only maybe run over one at a time, which is a little tragic because I was kind of hoping I could mow through a crowd. Okay, kind of works. It didn't. Okay, something's exploding the Nurglings for me. I really appreciate that. No, I think you can actually run over multiple of these guys. Alright, I give up. Yeah, the plasma gun, I just feel... Oh, they're just warping into range. Got it. I don't know if I actually killed that guy. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Ooh, that's a big frog. Okay, Plague Toad. No kidding. Ow. Got me good. Well, time to play this as a cover shooter. Okay, so far so something. I want to feed it a grenade. Is that a grenade? No, that's plasma ammo. Excuse me. I'm looking for your finest, biggest explosives. There's a lot of med kits. Which, like, okay. Can't say no to those. Fine. When in doubt. Chainsword to the face still works just fine. I don't know if there's still a Nurgling in there. Where are they coming from? So I also have some logistical questions about Nurglings, just in terms of... Were they human? I'm assuming they're kind of more like weird demon spawns. Because it does seem like a lot of... Oh god, do we have another big toad? Wow. We're actually getting drubbed here. Not that bad. Unless this is one of those that I'm actually not supposed to kill everything. Hard to tell, actually. There we go. The melee attacks get a little scuffed. Some of the times. Okay. Is this... No, we're back up to where we were. Okay, there's the toad. Suffer no frog. Got it. Alright, sight purged. Whew, that hurt. Got a lot of stuff. Mostly extremely wounded. Grab another one of those med kits. I think part of the folly here probably was just the fact that I collected too many of the goodies too early. Luckily there's plenty more. Just gotta know where to look. And more med kits. Don't think we need them though. Okay, so... Wait, no. I've gone too far back. Okay, a little bit more armor. Yeah, open door to proceed. This one? But I'm missing the key. This looks vaguely key-ish. Anything else? No. Huzzah! And into the crypt sewers. I sometimes like to imagine the functionality of the Imperium and how, for an empire that big, they probably have some, like, really wild public services. That didn't work. Okay, cool. So you can run through through two enemies at once. It's just whatever's in your charge. But, like, they have to have, like, a Department of Public Works. They have to have, I don't know, it's probably some Mechanicus guy who's, like, who's, like, way too into sewage systems. I love the idea of that. Just the, like, absurd mundanity of somebody living in the 40k universe and being, like, excessively into some niche part of sustaining society with, like, religious fervor rather than just, you know, our standard bureaucracy that we're used to. There's something about that that I'd find mildly delightful. Like, I recognize that, like, most of the Imperium is pretty much just presumably dedicated around the idea of sustaining the internal war against everything. But, like, people still gotta eat, and people definitely still have to poop, and something about that amuses me to no end. Because it loops right back to the question of, are Space Marines sexy? I'm sorry, this is a bad place to be. I want to see what kind of weird comments I get in this video. I won't deny. Okay. It's the plague toads that are the freaking gnarliest. Oh. That's what I'm supposed to be doing here. Excuse me. That's not a secret. That's just a power-up. I'll take it anyway, thank you. Who's next? More frog. I don't actually know if I take damage when I'm in a holy fervor mode. They take my armor off at the very least. Okay, so the answer is I absolutely do take damage when I'm in this mode. Ow. Oh boy, that's a bad, really bad spot to be. I think the one problem I am running into with this, I do not actually appreciate how a lot of enemies are just, what the hell? Oh, it's just him teleporting around. I don't like how a lot of my enemies are just warping into existence. Whoop! I thought I was safe. I was not. That was like most of my health. I do actually think this is a really good difficulty level. Just right for mulching things, but make a mistake, you get punished for it. It feels good. Boy, these small denomination health pickups are so worthless. I really wish I could increase my pickup radius. Who's hitting me? Oh, it's you. Yeah, probably should have started with that. Okay, now we're probably mostly safe. Entrance. Okay, one of these. Yeah, it was this one. No more armor. But at least that was a decent chunk of health. Let's see. Anything else around here? I'm being kind of particular considering I keep getting into fights and then losing everything. But it seems like we're in an okay spot here. Let's see. Where's... He said entrance, but I wasn't paying attention. Oh, this is for sure the exit. Alright. What's the damage? How many did I miss? Huh, I missed something. That wasn't a whole lot of secrets. But on the flip side, that's okay. Now entering Martyr's Crossing, the bridge connects the Hab to the Magistrate's Bastion. It's been heavily fortified against the demonic invasion, but is no longer under Imperial control. Push forward and clear it. Aspiring champions must make an offering to resurrect. Don't actually know what that means yet, but that's okay. Let's go back. Let's save the game. Wonder how long this is. Hit the menu. Yeah, if we do chapter select. Oh, so you can see completed difficulty. Chapter. Oh, we're still in chapter 1. There's also Forges of Corruption, which is a completely separate thing. Huh. Yeah, so 3 chapters, don't know how long they are. Okay, so no, it looks... It's not going to actually tell me how much further this goes. So there's maybe like 2 or... There's 1 or 2 more after this one, probably. And a couple of chapters. How many have I seen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what? 7, 8 missions per? Unless it keeps going past. It's a decent first-person shooter. Not too long, not too short, and there's a horde mode too, so if you want to run around just shooting things for a while and not have to think about plot or level design, that's an option too. I think my only immediate small complaint I'd have mostly boils down to, wish there were a couple more weapons early, but I don't think it's really that important. The main thing is the Boltor is just absurd. It's extremely good. I like the shotgun. It was mostly just the reload. I don't like shell-fed reloading. I get antsy, impatient, and I just start shooting early, which is a waste of time. And then I like the idea of the plas gun. The main problem mostly boils down to nurglings, but is fine. Anyway, might as well mention at this point that Warhammer 40k Boltgun's been available on Steam for a while now. It came out 2 years ago, and is very good. Like, if you want an old-school first-person shooter that is both Warhammer themed, but also perfectly fine without any foreknowledge of Warhammer, give it a shot. Like, it's super solid, reminds me of Doom, and I mean, really just Doom, and that's all it needed it to be. Doom and or Proteus, I guess, is the more like kind of recent indie game that I really liked. That was Doom-ish, but I think most people at this point know of Doom. It's $10 at the moment, though it's normally up to 22. So if you do want to pick it up and play it yourselves, now is a very good time. The Forges of Corruption DLC is $6 down to 4. They also, as a pure goof, have released a, let's see, Warhammer 40k Boltgun Words of Vengeance, which I don't know if it's on rails or not. I think it is on rails, but it's Typing the Dead, but Warhammer 40k themed, or Boltgun themed, and I think that's extremely funny. I might have to give that a shot at some point. But for now, at least, I guess with all that said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, it helps more than you know, and if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe, because I got tons to check out and show off, especially Warhammer games, which I'm going to be going through a whole bunch of them before the Skulls Festival ends, which I think it ends on the 26th, though you've got at least a couple of... Is it only the 26th? Oh, shoot. That's just a weekend, then. Dang. Well, get in and play it soon, but I guess with all that said, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.